Hello everybody. Before we start, do not take this as any kind of drama or news video. It's just me yapping into a script I wrote to fit what is essentially a 6.5-minute video clip that's sped up 3 times. Just wanted to get my thoughts out, which are not organized at all, so if you somehow managed to enjoy this, good for you. I've been warning because I will be connecting Roblox to things like Nazism, 1984, and child grooming, but of course because this is Roblox, especially modern Roblox, with all the bad decision making that's compiled up into what it is today, those things all mash and relate to each other. If you don't know, recently Roblox has planned to make 3 versions of itself: Roblox Kids for those under the age of 9, Roblox Select for those between the ages of 9 and 15, and just Roblox for those 16 or above. This is paired with age verification that requires your face's identification, alongside the restrictions many other Roblox news videos cover way better than I could, followed alongside age verification. The age verifying is done with the same AI that has just got leaked, by the way. They've actually been known for getting leaked. Besides this just being a plain up garbage update that suggests corporations need to parent children in a way that denies kids the ability to learn as they go on in life and the internet at all, this parallels the kind of censorship people rightfully do not want. And it's basically the end of holding those who use technology responsible for using technology, aka this is the end of kids being held responsible for using the internet the way they do. And this is basically how kids grow to know how to use the internet at all, because they have to be accountable for the things they do, searching up the wrong things, going into the wrong communities. It should never happen, but because it does, and we somehow find a way to escape it, that's kind of how people learn to not go into those areas. They learn how to find a community that's just right for them. And the facade of child safety online is used as an excuse to pass acts that keep them on the line of what is essentially authoritarianism, and specifically countries in the 1930s and 40s. This being Germany, what was just a greater Russia, aka the Soviet Union, Italy, or Japan. But we're going to be focusing on Germany for this time, since it is the greatest example. This fits into pre-contemporary history, aka before 1945. It starts slow, with them trying to present an image of trying to progress in the face of the need to do so, or even plain old uncertainty. As relating to Roblox, we don't know what the future is going to be. We don't really know what Roblox is going to do. We don't know whether Roblox is going to maintain the reputation of being the game with 100 million plus players. But Roblox plans on continuing that, so they're going to do anything to progress, even things that are just straight up terrible versions of progress. And this would go on to embody things like maybe Hitler taking power in 1934 in Germany. If you know anything about your history, if you know your history well, you know that he accused communists of having burned the government building in Germany known as the Reichstag. This would go on to him dissolving democracy and him dissolving the right to even oppose him, because if you oppose him, you'd be put into prison or even be executed. Then the right to free speech, and then the whole shebang with World War II, the Holocaust, and all that. You all know what that is. You can search it up. This all escalates, and that's kind of how Roblox is doing it as well. Not to connect them at all, not to Germany, or make them seem like the same thing. Just a parallel that can be drawn, because I can draw that parallel, and because it does exist. The first step was the slow rebrand, and suggest that things would change. For example, Roblox implementing voice chat and AI age verification. The first thing, voice chat, is a good thing, because now you can actually talk to people. You can't just talk in the chat. You can actually use your voice, and you can communicate to those who are probably your same age group or even older. You can express emotion, which you probably can't do very well in a chat. And this does parallel Germany in 1934 trying to fix its economy by paying debt with more debt. That's just called Miko bills, by the way. Essentially what they did was, it's a crappy version of war bonds, like how war bonds are like investments. Now this is more so debt that can be turned into money that is used to pay debt. But since you're adding debt onto debt, those bills wouldn't really mean much. And this is just meant to delay an actual economic collapse. And this is the pattern of trying to do good initially to set a precedent as if every bad thing that happened afterwards isn't really bad. In Roblox's case, would be following up with appearing as if they care for children. They do not give a single shit, by the way. They do not care. They're a corporation. They just want money. They just want investors to pour money to them by appearing to be safe. Via age verification. And this basically infringes on one's ability to access Roblox chat talking to friends, certain types of games, without giving private data that you are entitled to without anyone else being entitled to that. Like, imagine having to tell someone what you looked like and your age just so you can play a game that you could play before. Like, this age verification stuff did not exist before. Everything was perfectly fine. Not perfectly fine, but fine. A whole lot better than what it is now, if I'm going to be completely honest. Also note that I'm not criticizing the idea of trying to keep children safe on the internet. I am not trying to criticize it at all. Rather, I'm just against the idea that you need to take someone's privacy in order to do that. And even more with Roblox, it grows worse as the metaverse is introduced to involve things like age verification in the game, game settings, not game settings, ratings for maturity that include the restricted rating being 17 plus rather than the 18 plus it should be. The age verification is still bullshit, but the restricted game setting being changed to 18 plus does help. And I think we all know child safety, that utter hellhole. That's where things truly get bad, since they literally get sued by actual U.S. states, and banned in actual countries. The whole Turkey situation. Not to copy those clickbait thumbnails, it goes crazy. And I'm just gonna get to the meat and potatoes. Roblox meat and potatoes with 1984, as in Roblox replacing premium with plus, which makes it so that you can get discounts when buying things that cost Robux, but in return you're giving away the freedom of making games. And yes, you heard that right, making games now actually costs money. And that's basically going against the very reason that Roblox became as successful as it is today. Because literally anyone could create a game before. And that's how most games were created. People that had an idea, whether they were kids or adults, whether they had money or not, they could just go ahead, create a game that people like, and get successful off of that, and then get paid. This goes to 1984 via the fact that IngSoc, the regime in 1984, erases the past, as in they literally burn, I think they burn records of the past before IngSoc's rise. They try to set a new precedent future of pure totalitarianism, in which they pretend to care for the people while taking control of them and prohibiting any freedom that they could possibly have. And another example from 1984 that can be applied to Roblox is the 2 minutes of hate. The population has like 2 minutes during this time to redirect all hate towards a conceived to be enemy of the state in 1984, like Emmanuel Goldstein, the one who's leading the rebel party against IngSoc. Roblox does not have anything like that. They're basically failing to do that right now, if you don't count the investors as actual people. Because if you do, then it is succeeding, considering investors are still pumping money into Roblox. Roblox stock may be crashing. I think it stopped. It may still be crashing, but they're still getting money. They're still surviving. They're still afloat. Although being a billion-dollar company does demand that of you. The version of 2 minutes of hate in our timeline is just Roblox hating on us, the players playing Roblox, and hating on the idea of actually being child safe. That's the thing Roblox is directing hate towards in its 2 minutes. And it's not just 2 minutes, it's like, look, every single bit of Roblox's possible future it could have. And if you even read the announcement for Roblox Plus, by the time this video is out, I will make a comment with the link to the article / announcement. It sounds artificial as all hell. I cannot tell you how hard it was for me to even try to read a sentence off of that, considering it just oozed with if it were intentional, it'd be sarcasm. No, now it's just plain up lying, just plain up feigned care, like feigned awareness about the need for Roblox to be child safe. Yet they ban people like Schlep who are trying to defend children, meanwhile protecting the same child groomers that exist on the platform. Overall, I don't really have much to say. I'm not really researching any of this, and I'm just going on the fly, just yapping. In fact, I didn't even follow my script. I just went off the rails halfway through. And because apparently I'm getting the same stuttering problems as my dad. Because I talk too fast and talk too loud, so my brain can't even think while I'm speaking. I'm mentioning to control it now, but I will fail later on. I just relied on quick searches to confirm small details and just my prior knowledge. Hopefully you did enjoy this, and if you did, you probably didn't even watch a tenth of this video. And if you're still here, thank you so much. I will see you later.